What do you want?
Hi, lad. Hi, lad. In your way, so just nudge us out of the way. How are you? You alright? And then you get the photo booth till later.
Ready? Carly, do you want a lipstick top up there? Yeah. You want it?
Yeah.
I think that's a spare one, isn't it?
Stop
Oh, okay.
Do you know what she had? Your shoe looks amazing. Shall I get my orange dress on?
Fantastic. And then, ladies, if you could all just look at our bride.
Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen and children, and a very warm welcome to the Albrighton Hall on this very special and very happy day indeed for Oliver and for Kate. Today marks a new beginning in their lives together, and I'm sure they're both delighted that you're all here with them today to witness their exchange of promises and to join in their celebrations as they begin this new chapter as a married couple. Before we commence with the ceremony, I must just formally check your full names. So Oliver, is your full and complete name Oliver Samuel Pugh?
It is.
Kate, is your full and complete name Kate Geraldine Ward?
Yes, it is.
Thank you. Now, may I ask who presents this woman to be married to
I
this
do.
man? Thank you, Ian. A very proud moment for you, I'm sure. In theory, your job is done. I doubt it is, but thank you. Right, you two. You're going to come up and into this evening. This place in which we are met has been duly sanctioned according to law for the celebration of marriages, and you are all here to witness the joining in matrimony of Oliver Samuel Pugh to Kate Geraldine Ward. If any person here present knows of any lawful impediment to this marriage, they should declare it now. Very well.
Everybody, you know.
Through their vows today, Oliver and Kate are making a commitment to each other, and through your presence here, you are showing your support for them both. Marriage is the desire by two people to share themselves and their experiences with each other, and a willingness to accept each other for who they are. It is making a commitment to friendship and mutual respect, and calls for honesty, patience, courage, and more than a little humour. Marriage is where each partner is there to support each other in all that they do. It requires closeness but allows distance, and a good partner in such a marriage will be loving, caring, and above all a best friend. Oliver and Kate, before you are joined in matrimony, I have to remind you both of the solemn and binding character of the vows you are about to make. Marriage, according to the law of this country, is the union of two people voluntarily entered into for life to the exclusion of all others. Is this clear to you both?
It is.
The purpose of marriage is that you may always love, care for life, support each other through the joys and sorrows of life, and that love may be fulfilled in a relationship of permanent and continuing commitment. And I'm sure that's what everybody here today wishes for both of you. Today, you will exchange vows which will unite you as husband and wife. The words are a formal and public pledge of your love and a promise of lifelong dedication to each other. So Oliver, we've decided that just for today you're going to go first.
Excellent.
So if you'll please say after me.
Yep.
I know of no legal reason
I know of no legal reason
why I, Oliver,
why I, Oliver,
may not be joined in marriage
may not be joined in marriage
to Kate.
to Kate.
Lovely. Kate, your turn. I know of no legal reason
I know of no legal reason
why I, Kate,
why I, Kate,
may not be joined in marriage
may not be joined in marriage
to Oliver.
to Oliver.
Wonderful. That's the first bit done. That's the hardest bit. Ladies and gentlemen, we now have a reading by Jennifer. I would like to invite Jennifer to come up. Here, Jennifer.
Yeah.
And you can come behind the table if you want, or there, wherever you want.
Yeah. Fine. No, what is
Good luck, Jack.
So most of you sitting out there will know a lot more about love and marriage than I ever will. And in spite of what old readings say, it is impossible to perfectly define love. Kate and Oliver, this is your wedding, your marriage, your life. So I basically googled readings, trawling through the internet to find the perfect words, and here's what I think best reflected you. Just for information, names and hobbies of the dinosaurs have been changed. So, the fierce dinosaur was trapped inside his cage of ice. Although he was cold and happy in there, it was after all his cage. Then along came the lovely dinosaur. That's definitely you. The lovely dinosaur melted the dinosaur's cage with kind words and loving thoughts. I like this dinosaur, thought the lovely dinosaur. Although he is fierce, tender and funny, he is quite clever. But I will not tell him this for now. I like the lovely dinosaur, thought the dinosaur. She is beautiful, she is different, and she smells so nice. She is a free spirit which I much admire, but she can be so distant and peculiar at times. He is also overly fond of Wolverhampton Wanderers. Are all dinosaurs fond of football? But her mind skips from here to there so quickly, thought the dinosaur. She is uncommonly keen on the wizarding world of Harry Potter. Are all lovely dinosaurs so keen on this Harry Potter? I will forgive his peculiarity and concern for all things, thought the lovely dinosaur. I will forgive her skipping mind and fondness for Harry Potter. I am not unkeen, as I am not so unkeen on the wizarding world of Harry Potter myself. Now the dinosaur, thought the lovely dinosaur. Look at their little family.
Look what's on your dress.
Okay, thank
Right there,
you.
sweetheart. Right there, sweetheart.
Together they stand here, telling each other stories and feeling the warmth of the sun on their backs. And that, my friends, is how their love is.
Thank you, Jennifer.
Well done, Jack. Very good.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, the solemn moment has come for these two persons to contract their marriage before you, their family and friends. To mark the importance of this part of the ceremony, if you're comfortable to do so, will you please stand? Escaping bridesmaid. Now you two, very important question for you both. Oliver,
Yeah.
will you take Kate to be your lawful wedded wife, will you celebrate with her in good times, comfort her in life's sorrows, and will you remain true to her throughout your lives together?
I will.
Wonderful. Kate, will you take Oliver to be your lawful wedded husband? Will you celebrate with him in good times, comfort him in life's sorrows, and will you remain true to him throughout your lives together?
I will.
Traditionally, a ring has been given as a symbol of love and as an outward sign of the promises you're making to each other. Now, Sam, you have the rings, I believe, so if you could come forward, young man, and if you could pass Kate's ring to Oliver first, that would be grand. Lovely.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Sam. You can just pop back towards your seat and then I'll get you to come back in a minute. Is that all right? Thank you, Sam. Lovely. Right, third finger, left hand, Oliver. That's the one.
Yeah.
That's the one. Right. And it's on there. Say after me.
I know, really.
But if you'll say the words to Kate. I call upon these persons here present
I call upon these persons here present
to witness that I, Oliver,
to witness that I, Oliver,
do take thee, Kate,
do take thee, Kate,
to be my lawful wedded wife.
to be my lawful wedded wife.
I give you this ring
I give you this ring
as a symbol of our marriage,
as a symbol of our marriage,
and I promise to care for you,
and I promise to care for you,
to give you my love and friendship,
to give you my love and friendship,
support and comfort you,
support and comfort you,
and to respect and cherish you
to respect and cherish you
throughout our lives together.
throughout our lives together.
Wonderful. Will that go all the way on? That's it. Give it a hand. Sit nicely, won't it? That's it. Right, Sam. Do you have another ring, please, for Kate? Wonderful. Very good job. Thank you, Sam. Right, Kate. Third finger, left hand then. I call upon these persons here present
I call upon these persons here present
to witness that I, Kate,
to witness that I, Kate,
do take thee, Oliver,
do take thee, Oliver,
to be my lawful wedded husband.
to be my lawful wedded husband.
I give you this ring
I give you this ring
as a symbol of our marriage,
as a symbol of our marriage,
and I promise to care for you,
and I promise to care for you,
to give you my love and friendship,
to give you my love and friendship,
support and comfort you,
support and comfort you,
and to respect and cherish you
to respect and cherish you
throughout our lives together.
throughout our lives together.
Wonderful. That go all the way on. Well, would you like to be seated, ladies and gentlemen? Oliver and Kate, you have both made the declarations prescribed by law and have made a solemn and binding contract with each other in the presence of your family and friends here assembled. This is the first day of your new life together, a life we hope of happiness and fulfilment for both. On behalf of Shirley, myself, it is now my very great pleasure to declare that you are husband and wife together. You may proceed. Well done.
Now,
Is this little one yours?
Yeah.
got a sandwich.
Did you know you need to re-register?
Yeah.
Right. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. We're just going to sign the register and then we'll invite you forward to take some photographs in a few minutes.
Okay, right, last time you go first is today.
I have to say this side is looking lovely, neat and orderly. I'm not sure what's happening on this side. Perfect, guys, thank you. Guys, could you just step forward a little bit for me, just there?
I have a new assistant called Sam. He's amazing. He's coming to every wedding with me, she said.
Okay, ladies and gents, if we can have all eyes and attention to here for me.
Okay, next, Sam, please. He loves me, honestly. I'm sure. I'm desperate to be yours.
And then food, you do milk and eggs as well, don't we? We get it out to well, we have a choice of how to do milk.
Sam's found it. That's no surprise. I hope so.
Very, very Kate. I'm sure Miss Scarlett's sitting there.
So it might be me and you then.
I don't know, mate.
Or
Whatever.
if we're going to do Cats and Ian. I don't know if... I don't know. I'll find it.
Can I please ask you all to be upstanding to welcome your bride and groom, the new Mr. and Mrs. Blue.
Why are you sitting, my sweet? Because we wouldn't sit down before you. Where are you here, roughly?
Ladies and gentlemen, we're starting off today with the speeches, so if you can all please put your hands together for your groom, Oliver.
When I met Kate, I thought she was kind, caring and full of life and fun, and she would do anything for anyone. One of the first times me and Kate sat down together was in a club called Light Bar in town. Do you know what story's called? She was out with a friend Carly, and I was out with some of the lads. Obviously, I wanted to make a good impression, and my mates knew how much I liked her. One of my friends, Pete, decided to join us, and in his own way, break the ice. And he did just that. He spat a chewing gum in Carly's drink. He broke the ice, and it's brought many a laugh since. We've enjoyed some fantastic times together, with many more to come. I didn't think Kate could be more loving and caring, but I was wrong. She became a mother to our daughter Scarlett. That's when the real magic happened. Kate, I'd like to say...
Don't say it.
I won't say it. You are a fantastic mum, and you always put me and Scarlett before yourself. And we both want to say a big thank you. And I know it may feel like a thankless task at times, but we are always truly grateful, and we love you very much. And the last bit, just some thank you. Kate and I would like to thank everyone for coming. Without you all here today, it would have been a quiet wedding, albeit a lot cheaper. We'd like to thank both our families, who without their support, we wouldn't be here today doing this. And a special mention to Jen, who has taken some of the burden off me by hearing Kate moan on a daily basis. Thanks to my groomsmen and best man for all their help and a great stag weekend, and to Kate's bridesmaids. A big thank you to Yvonne, who's helped decorate and sort the room out today, and all the staff here who have looked after us. Thank you very much. Thank you.
We will now move on to the father of the bride, so we can call the hands together, please.
Firstly, I would like to thank all of you for coming today to Kate and Al's wedding. I would like to thank all the bridesmaids and the groomsmen. I would also like to welcome Al's mum and dad, Pat and Les, to the family. Shall I call him?
It's now time for best smiles to be put your hands together for Simon.
You thought once was enough, mate.
No, time's finished. As I look at Kate today, I can't help but reflect on all the years I was lucky enough to watch her grow into the woman she is today.
glasses.
She captured my heart the day she was born, but today I watched her marry a wonderful man. I am confident that Kate and Ol are about to embark on a wonderful journey filled with love and happiness with young Scarlett. So I will bear you any more with how happy I am. So I will finish up. So ladies and gentlemen, can you raise your glasses and I'll give you Kate and Oliver. Cheers. Thank you.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Now they say a best man's speech shouldn't last any longer than it takes the groom to make love. So that's it from me. I give you all Mr. and Mrs. King. On a serious note, I would first like to thank you all for coming today and helping to make Oliver and Kate's wedding a special occasion. I'd also like to echo the speakers before me in saying that all those involved look absolutely fantastic today. I'm sure you'll all agree. Not an easy task with 2 3-year-olds involved, probably wondering what the hell is going on, but probably both looking forward to a dance later and knowing my own daughter well, some wine, cider or lager. On behalf of the bridesmaids, flower girls, groomsmen and myself, I'd like to thank Oliver and Kate for asking us to be involved in one of the most important days of their lives. Next, I'd like to take some time to thank a few people who on the face of it have had a fairly easy day. They have had to cope with all the difficulties of standing around pouting, looking pretty, and they have spent a lot of time on their hair, makeup and outfits, and without them the day just wouldn't be the same. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the groomsmen. Andy, Pete, Clark, Lee, Judd and Rich. I'd also like to thank you all for being here today, especially those of you who knew I'd be saying a few words. It's very touching that you still decided to come. To see this many people here at a wedding near the Welsh border still amazes me. I can't get over how far people will travel for a free meal and some complimentary booze. It's obvious to everyone that knows Oliver and Kate, they are well suited. The time it took Oliver to finally ask Kate to marry him back on Christmas Eve 2015 is similar to the way Britain voted to leave Europe last summer in Brexit. Oliver weighed up the pros and cons, he worried about the future, considered the financial benefits, but most of all did it to stop other people gaining entry. Well, for those of you who don't know, I am Oliver's older brother, 11 years to be exact. I always felt more of a father figure than a brother, a bit like Delboy and Rodney, as the stag party remember well. He always was a bit of a plonker. This doesn't seem to have changed much when I asked him this week, how long have you and Kate been together? To his reply of, I'll ask. I just hope 12 months from now he doesn't forget his own wedding anniversary. As the saying goes, the first time a man forgets his anniversary will be the last time he ever does. Well, a bit about today's groom. He was born back in 1987 at 2 minutes to 3 p.m. and as the Pugh family at that time said, just in time for kick-off. You may also be surprised to hear that Oliver hasn't always been this good looking. Now I'm not saying he was an ugly baby, but Patty's mum only had morning sickness after he was born. Oliver was also the only baby in Wensfield with shutters on his pram. In fact, and a true story, when he was a baby, Patty's mum took him to the local shops and left him outside the butcher's and walked back home before remembering where he was. She raced back to the shops and to her horror, he was still there. I had wanted to begin by telling you a little about Oliver's years growing up. And given that pictures usually paint 1,000 words, I wanted to find a photo to represent this period to show you all, so I had a good look. In my quest, I found a cute photo of Oliver lying on a rug, in his birthday suit, dribbling, Scarlett probably knows it well, his cheeky grin covered in the chocolate from a biscuit held in his hand. As I say, I was looking to get a photo to enlarge and present to you all today, but given this photo was only taken last week, I thought it might cause a little too much embarrassment. I also wanted to share what Oliver was like during his early days. Unfortunately, whilst investigating his school days, I came across a number of school reports. I have a couple of extracts for you. Technical drawing. Although very keen, Oliver has a distinct problem differentiating between inches and millimetres. No change there then, Kate. Music. Oliver takes a very hands-on approach to music, but I wish he'd concentrate his efforts on playing in a band rather than with himself. I think the Pugh household will always remember Oliver at about 10 years of age, coming home from school to tell us all that he knew what a virgin was. To our shock and surprise initially, before he elaborated, can you remember what he said, Oliver?
Somebody that doesn't eat meat.
It's somebody that doesn't eat meat. One subject he did excel at and caused lots of laughter for me and my mates at the time was computer studies. I walked in from work one day to find Pat in the kitchen in a fell mood. I asked what was wrong, to be told, go and ask your brother. It took me a while pushing for the reason until she told me that I had been caught hacking into the school computer system. Naturally, I pissed myself laughing and was told off for doing so. I then had to do the older brother routine of asking him what had happened and how he got caught, whilst he looked scared about the repercussions. And I tried very hard indeed not to start laughing once more, while endeavouring to keep a straight face. My own mates loved that story and congratulated, as I did once the dust had settled. The reality, of course, was that Oliver left school with an A for every subject. Absent. In fact, to this day, he's never collected his results from school. But thankfully, one thing he has done is worked bloody hard ever since. A chance conversation with Judd's dad, who offered him an apprenticeship after I mentioned that Oliver was looking for a job, and he hasn't looked back since, and works very hard to provide for his family. A trait no doubt picked up from our dad Les, who has always worked tirelessly and is only now set to retire this month. Oliver spent most of his late teen years stuck to a computer. So much so, our parents, plus Michelle and I, all noticed how he was forming a hunchback from the way he sat, head down towards the keyboard. Thankfully, having such a good group of mates, aka his groomsmen today, they obviously enticed him off the keyboard into the real world, where Oliver met women. This seemed to help the bad back posture correct itself, and is when Oliver transformed into Wolverhampton's equivalent of Gaz Beadle from Geordie Shore. This is also the time that Michelle and I moved into our house, leaving Oliver with even more space to enjoy himself in my old bedroom. He did visit us regularly though back then, and would sit himself in my preferred seat, put his feet up, take off his socks and pick the fluff out of his feet whilst watching a film or two before having a lift home. Thankfully, Michelle would just laugh and say, at least we make him feel at home. Food followed and drinks galore, and Oliver would always ask, what ice cream have you got? And so many years later, minus the picking his feet, it's exactly what his nephew Sam does. How the circle of life revolves. I remember like it was yesterday, saying to Oliver after I moved out, don't forget, Oliver, I will always be your older brother. I will always be there for you whenever you are in real need. You know that, and where I am. You only ever need ask, and this still applies today as a little reminder, Oliver. Within 2 weeks of saying that, one Saturday night, I was off to bed, typically late as ever. It was almost 3 a.m, and seconds after lying down in bed, the mobile rang. It was Oliver. What's up, mate? Are you okay? I said, naturally worried. Can you pick me up from town? Yes, mate, no worries. Is everything okay? Not really, no. Don't worry, give me 10 minutes, I'll be there. I got there as fast as I could. I'll probably hit 100 mile an hour up the Cannock Road knowing me. And got to Oliver and the lads uptown. What happened, Ol? Is everything okay? What's the problem? 45 minutes to an hour wait for a bloody taxi. I cannot really repeat what I said at that point. I don't think he'd quite grasp what I've meant, just like Rodney Trotter, a 24-carat Blanca. It was perhaps a good escape for Oliver at that time, having the turmoil of a parental divorce going on, but still having his mates to go out with. Oliver had chose to live with Les, our dad, in the family home for a few years, until moving out to set up home with Kate. Les will tell you he never had a single problem with Oliver in those years, or perhaps he just never realised he wasn't in, being half deaf. At this point in my speech, I would have liked to have told you about the stag weekend, but the law of the stag does not allow me to do this, and besides, Oliver's solicitor has advised caution until the charges are fully investigated. Getting me a whisky or two at the bar later may help to loosen my vocal cords. Alternatively, those who attended may want to buy my silence and copies of the photographic evidence. Now the serious part. It's customary for the best man to give some words of wisdom to the newlyweds on marriage. I have to say that any marriage should be a two-way relationship. Plenty of give and take, giving and receiving. Respect, love, good communication, and always plenty of effort. Don't rest on your laurels or stop trying. In my opinion, the most important of all, being able to laugh with each other. A sense of humour through all of the bad times in life is often the reason you get through them. Our grandparents' relationship was full of this laughter, happiness and so much love. They really were a perfect example to Oliver and I in life. Take a leaf out of their book, Oliver and Kate, and you also won't go far wrong. On that note, I have to say that I'm certain there are lots of people no longer with us that would have been here today. Would you join me in a toast to absent friends? Absent friends.
Absent friends.
And finally, on behalf of everyone here today, may I wish you both a long and fruitful marriage. So I'd like you to raise your glasses once more and join me in a toast to say congratulations to the newly Mr. and Mrs. Pugh. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll give you the bride and groom.
So we're going to do a great big countdown from 5, and then once they do that, loads of screams, loads of cheers and a round of applause for Kate and Oliver once they cut the wedding cake tonight. Are you ready? Right, from 5 everybody, as loud as you can. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Cut the cake, loads of round of applause, screams, cheers for Kate and Oliver tonight.
All those years outside looking in, all that time, never even knowing just how my life began. Now I'm here, blinking next time. Now I'm here, and suddenly I see
Let's hear one more time for Brian Group standing. Kate and Oliver.